all doing good. So before we move on to today's class, let us just do a small recap of what we learned in the previous class. So first we looked into the comparison of numbers. In comparison of numbers, we first saw how to compare numbers with unequal number of digits and how to compare numbers with equal number of digits. And then we moved on to the signs used to compare numbers, and we saw how to compare two numbers using the base value chart. And next we moved on to a new topic, that is ascending and descending order. In today's class, you'll be learning about the four basic operations which you have already studied in your lower classes. So what are the four basic operations? That is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, right? So we know to apply these four basic operations on numbers. We will see a few more examples which deals with the four operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So in exercise 1.3, there are totally 7 sums. So the first and the second sum I have given in the worksheet, and now I am going to continue from the third sum, okay? So the sum is the number of people who visited the public library for the past 5 months were 1,200, 2,000, 2,450, 3,060 and 3,200. So how many people visited the library in the last 5 months? So this is the question. Okay. Now, what is given in the question? The number of people who visited the public library for the past 5 months. That is 1,200, 2,000, 2,450, 3,060 and 3,200. So what are you going to find? The number of people who visited the library for the past 5 months. So the solution is you're going to add all these numbers, okay? You're going to add all the number of people who visited the public library for the past 5 months. So the first one is 1,200, second one is the 2,000, third one is 2,450, the next one is 3,060 and last one is 3,200. So when you add all these, you get the answer 11,910. So the number of people who visited the library for the past 5 months is 11,910. Okay. So the fourth sum is Sharon had a bank savings of rupees 7,50,000 and 250. He withdrew rupees 5,34,500 for educational purpose. Now you are going to find out the balance amount in his account. So what is given in the question? That is Sharon's bank savings. So it is 7,50,250. And how much did he withdraw? 5,34,500. So what are you supposed to find? The balance amount in his account. So the solution is you're going to subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. Okay. So you're going to subtract the withdrawal amount from the bank savings. Okay. That is, you're going to subtract 5,34,500 from 7,50,250. So you will get the answer 2,15,750. So this is the balance amount in his account. So what is the balance amount in Sharon's account? It is 2,15,750. Next we'll move on to the fifth sum. In a cycle factory, 1,560 bicycles were manufactured every day. So find the number of bicycles manufactured in 25 days. So what is given in the question? Number of bicycles manufactured every day. That is 1,560. Okay. Now what are you supposed to find? The number of bicycles manufactured in 25 days. So the solution, multiply the value 1,560 with 25 because number of bicycles manufactured daily is 1,560. Okay. You are supposed to find the number of bicycles manufactured in 25 days. So you're going to multiply the value 1,560 with 25. Okay. When you multiply, you will be getting the answer 39,000. Okay. So what is the total number of bicycles manufactured in 25 days? That is 39,000. Got it, students? Next we'll move on to the last sum based on operations. So rupees 62,500 was equally distributed as a New Year bonus for 25 employees of a company. So how much did each receive? What is given in the question? Amount received by 25 employees, that is 62,500. So what are you supposed to find? The amount received by each employee, that is the amount received by one single employee. Okay, so the given is you're going to divide the total amount received by 25 employee, that is 62,500 divided by 25. You'll be getting the answer 2,500. So what is the amount received by each employee? That is rupees 2,500. Got it, students? Before we move on to the next topic, I have an example for you students from which you'll come to know what we are going to learn next. Okay? So, Valli and her 4 friends went to a buttermilk shop. Each had a cup of buttermilk and paid rupees 30, assuming that the cost of 1 cup of buttermilk is to be rupees 6. Okay, but the shopkeeper told that the cost of buttermilk has increased by rupees 8. Then Valli decided to give rupees 2 more and paid rupees 32. But the shopkeeper claimed that she had to pay rupees 40. So who is correct? So students, from this example, do you have any idea about what we are going to learn? It's about order of operations in large numbers. So the rule for order of operations is called BIDMAS. Okay, so what is the rule of order of operations called as BIDMAS? So what is the full form of BIDMAS? Okay, so B stands for bracket, I stands for indices, D stands for divide, M for multiply, A for add, and S for subtract. Okay, so I'll repeat. What is the expansion of BIDMAS? B stands for brackets, I for indices, D for divide, M for multiply, A for add, and S for subtract. Now you are going to simplify the expressions, or you're going to simplify the problems based on this order. Okay, so first you will be solving the brackets, then comes the indices, and then divide, multiply, add, and at last is the subtract. Okay, now I'll do the 7th sum from the exercise 1.3. Okay, the first subdivision is 10 plus 17 divided by 3. So what is the solution? Based on BIDMAS rule, you're going to solve the brackets first. Okay, so you're going to add the numbers which is in the bracket first. Okay, so what is the value of 10 plus 17, which is 27, and then comes divide by 3. So 27 divided by 3 is the 9. Okay, got it, students? So first you're going to solve the numbers in the brackets first. Okay, so what are the numbers in the bracket? That is 10 plus 17. So you're going to add these numbers, that is 27. Okay, and then comes the indices, right? So since here there is no indices, so what does indices mean? That is nothing but the power. Okay, since there is no power value here, next you're going to move to the division. So there is a divide symbol, right? Now you're going to divide the value 27 by 3, and the answer is 9. Understood, students? Next, we'll move on to the second subdivision, that is 12 minus bracket 3 minus curly braces open 6 minus bracket 5 minus 1 and close the brackets. So what is the solution? Based on BIDMAS rule, you're going to solve the brackets first. Okay, so in this case you're going to solve the innermost bracket. So the first bracket is the bracket which comes before the 3, and the second bracket is which comes before the 6, and the third bracket is which comes before the 5. So you're going to solve the innermost bracket, that is 5 minus 1. So when you subtract 5 minus 1, you'll be getting the answer 4, and then you're going to solve the bracket which is before 6. Okay, so you're solving the brackets from in towards out. Okay, so first you have solved the innermost bracket, that is 5 minus 1, and next you're coming outwards. So what is the bracket that is after the innermost bracket? That is the bracket which is before 6. Okay, when you solve 6 minus 4, you'll be getting it as 2. Okay, and then you're going to solve the last bracket, that is 3 minus 2. Okay, you'll be getting 1. So 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. Got it, students? So first you're going to solve the sum based on BIDMAS rule. So what is BIDMAS? Brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction, right? So you're going to solve the innermost bracket, and then you're going to solve the bracket which is next to the innermost. Okay, and then you're going to come to the last bracket. Okay, first you'll be solving 5 minus 1, you'll be getting 4, and then you'll be subtracting 6 from 4, that is you'll be getting 2, and at last you'll be subtracting 3 from 2, you'll be getting 1. Okay, so when you subtract 12 from 1, you'll be getting it as 11. So 11 is the answer for this sum. Okay, next we'll move on to another sum. 100 plus 8 divided by 2 plus open braces, open bracket, 3 into 2 close bracket minus 6 divided by close flower braces. So what is the solution? We are going to solve the sum based on BIDMAS rule. Okay, now we are going to solve the brackets first. Okay, you're going to solve the inner bracket first. So you'll be solving 3 into 2, so you'll be getting it as 6. Okay, since inside the bracket there are 2 operations, can you see? Inside the flower braces you have minus and division, so you're going to apply the next operation, that is BIDMAS. Okay, here there is no indices, so you'll be applying the division first. Okay, so 6 divided by 2, you'll be getting it as 3. So now you have only one operation to solve. When you add only one operation in the bracket only, you can solve. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to solve 2 operations in a bracket. So then you will be simplifying the other operations first, and then you will be moving to the bracket. So when you subtract 6 from 3, you will be getting 3. Okay, now after brackets, indices, since here there is no indices, you will be moving to division. Okay, so 8 divided by 2, you will be getting 4. Now you will be adding everything, you will be getting 107. Got it, students? So first you are going to apply the BIDMAS rule. You're going to solve the brackets first, so you're going to solve the innermost bracket first. So 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Okay, since there are 2 operations inside the bracket, you're going to simplify to one operation. Okay, so after indices you'll be getting division, so you're going to divide the value divided by 2, you'll be getting 3. So now you're going to solve the brackets again, since we have simplified to one operation. Okay, so when you subtract 6 from 3, you will be getting 3. Now you're going to do the division. Okay, so when you divide 8 divided by 2, you'll be getting 4. So when you add everything, you will be getting 107. Got it, students? Here's an example for you, students, from which you will come to know what we are going to learn next. Okay, so meet Adam here. He's very smart and hard-working guy, and he has earned a promotion at his office because of his hard work. To celebrate the occasion, he has organized a party for his friends and fellow colleagues. He has sent an invitation across to 91 people. Moreover, he has decided to order dinner for each one attending the party. So here's a simple question for you. How much dinner plates must Adam order? Should he order 91 plates for 91 people, or more than or less than that? So students, from this example, do you have any idea about what we are going to learn next? It's about estimation of numbers. Okay, so what we are going to learn next, it's about estimation of numbers. So in estimation of numbers, we'll be learning about estimation of sum and difference, and then we'll be learning about estimation of product and quotient. Okay, so before moving on to estimation, we need to know what is rounding off. Okay, so What is rounding off? Rounding off is one of the way to find a number for estimation that is quite convenient. Okay. So what is rounding off? It is one of the ways to find a number for estimation that is quite convenient, and it gives us the closest suitable number according to a given place value. Okay. So it gives us the closest suitable number according to a given place value. So generally there are 4 steps involved in rounding off process. Okay. I'll illustrate with an example in the future sums. Okay. Now we look into problems. We'll move to exercise number 1.4. So there are 6 problems. The first and the second one are generally the fill in the blanks and true or false. I have given it in the worksheets. Okay. Now I'll start solving from the third sum. Okay. So round off the following to the given nearest place. So the first number is 4065 and we are going to round off to the hundreds place. Okay. So the digit in the hundreds place is 0, right? So the step 1 is you're going to find out the digits in hundreds place, that is 0, right? Now the step 2 is look at the digit to its right. So what is the digits to the right of 0? It is 6, okay? Now step 3 is if this digit is 5 or greater means you're going to add 1 to it. If it is less than 5, you are going to leave it unchanged. Okay. Now what is the step 3? You are going to see the number right to 0. Okay. It is greater than 5, right? If it is greater than 5, you are going to add 1 to it. Okay. So when you add 1, you will be getting it as 4100. Got it, students? So the first step is you're going to find the digits in hundreds place, and the second step is you're going to look at the digit to its right, and step 3 is if the digit is 5 or greater means you're going to add 1 to it. If it is less than 5, you're going to leave it as it is.
So the third sum is 86,943 and you're going to round off to the nearest 10,000s place. So what is the 10,000s digit over here? 8, right? Now see the number next to 8. That is, see the number to the right of 8, it is 6. So it is greater than 5, right? Now we are going to add 1 to the 10,000s place. So you will be getting it as 90,000. Okay, we'll move to the fifth sum. 50,81,739 and you're going to round off to the lakhs place. So what is the lakhs place in this question? It is 0, right? See the number to the right of 0, that is 8, which is greater than 5. So you'll be rounding it off. So add 1 to the lakhs place and you'll be writing it as 51 lakhs. Okay. So we'll move to the fourth sum. Estimate the sum of 157826 and 32469. Round off to the nearest 10,000s place. So first you're going to find out the sum of these two numbers and you're going to round off to the nearest 10,000s place. Okay. So the digit in the 10,000s place is 9 here. So I'm going to look to the right of 9. Okay. So the digit to the right of 9 is 0, which is less than 5. So I'm going to leave the number unchanged. Okay. So the sum will be 1,90,000. Next, I'll move to the fifth sum. Estimate by rounding off each number to the nearest 100. That is 8,074 plus 4,178. So the solution is I'm going to find out the sum of 8,074 and 4,178. So when I add, I'll be getting it as 12,252. Now I'm going to round off to the nearest hundreds place. So which digit is in hundreds place here? 2, right? Now see the number to the right of 2. It is 5. That is, it is equal to 5, right? The number must be equal to 5 or greater than 5. In that case only you're going to add 1. So when I add 1 to the hundreds place, I'll be getting it as 12,300. Got it, students? Next, I'll move to the sixth sum. The population of a city was 43,43,645 in the year 2001. and 46,81,087 in the year 2011. Estimate the increase in population by rounding off to the nearest thousand. So what is given in the question? In the year 2001, the population was 43,43,645, and in the year 2011, the population was 46,81,087. Now I am going to find out the increase in population. In order to find out the increase in population, I'm going to subtract the 43 lakhs from 46,000. Okay, so when I subtract, I'll be getting the answer 3,37,424. Now I'm going to round off this number to the nearest thousand place. Now, which digit is in the thousands place? It is 7, right? Now see the number to the right of 7. It is 4. So 4 is less than 5. So leave it unchanged. So the increase in population will be 3,37,000. Got it, students? In order to find out the increase in population, you're going to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So when I subtract, I'll be getting 3,37,424. So I'm going to round off this number to the nearest thousands place. So 7 is the digit in the thousands place. Okay, so see the number to the right of 7, it is 4, which is lesser than 5. So I'm going to leave the number unchanged. So the answer will be 3,37,000. Got it, students? So that's it for today's class. Now let's do a small recap of what we learned today. Okay, so first we looked into the 4 basic operations: the addition, subtraction, multiplication and the division, and we saw 4 problems related to addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, and next we moved on to the order of operations. So what is the rule of order of operations called as? It is BIDMAS. Okay, so what is the expansion of BIDMAS? It is brackets, indices, divide, multiply, add and subtract. And we saw sums based on BIDMAS rule. Okay, and then we moved on to the estimation of numbers. So what are the other names for estimation? It is nearly, about, approximately. Okay, so what are the other names for estimation? It is nearly, about, approximately. And then we saw the estimation of sum and difference, estimation of product and quotient, and next we saw what is rounding off. So what is rounding off? It is one way to find a number for estimation that is quite convenient, and then it gives us the closest suitable number according to a given place value. And then we saw problems on rounding off. We solved the exercise sums. So that's it, students. So now it's time for question and answer. So the first question is, name the 4 basic operations that we use in our daily lives. So what are the 4 operations we use in our daily life? Yes, very good. It is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So the second question is, expand BIDMAS. So B stands for brackets, I for indices, D for divide, M for multiply, A for add and S for subtract. And the third question is, calculate 5 plus 3 into 6. Students, from today's lesson you have learned how to calculate or how to simplify an expression using the BIDMAS rule. So what is the solution? Based on BIDMAS rule, we are going to solve the brackets first, then indices, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. Since there is no bracket and indices over here, you're going to move to the division. There is also no division symbol over here, so you're going to move to the multiplication. So you're going to multiply 3 and 6 first. So when you multiply 3 and 6, you'll be getting it as 18. When you add 18 to 5, you'll be getting 23. Okay, so the answer for 5 plus 3 into 6 is equal to 23. You got it, students? I have attached the worksheets for you. Kindly solve it in your notebook. Thank you, students.